Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chance Ellison.
And I'm Russell Howe.
And welcome to the first actual standalone review we've shot in a while. We've done reviews on the live show, just like really quick ones, but we've never really done a full deep dive like this in quite some time. But we are here to do this because we both happen to see a movie tonight and we want to talk about it. We both saw Fast X. So this is the somehow 10th installment of the Fast and Furious franchise. The plot of this one, I feel like we've seen this movie a lot. Basically, somebody from the past of one or several members of the Fast and Furious family comes back because somehow they're wrong. This time, it's Jason Momoa playing Dante Reyes, the son of the villain from Fast Five, who was totally there the whole time.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. No, yeah, he was there the whole time, guys. What are you talking about? So he was totally there.
He was there that we really had to do a recap.
Yep.
To show how we got here.
But yeah, anyways, so look, this is a franchise where I hate that I'm saying this, but it is kind of true. It never seems to run out of gas. No matter what it does, it never seems to run out of gas.
Look at you. You did
Shut
it.
up. I don't like that I did that, but it is true because these movies just keep coming, and no matter what they do, it's weird. With the last movie, you had the ghetto astronauts.
Yep.
So it's how do you get bigger than that? They don't really. They get insane. They don't get bigger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they get insane for sure.
But something, because I think we both have very different feelings on this film. The one thing I think we both agree on, though, Jason Momoa as the villain, he was awesome.
Fantastic. If you watch my TikTok review, I compared it kind of I got a Nicholson Batman vibe from him.
Yeah, it feels like I think I said in my TikTok too. It feels like the Fast and Furious equivalent of the Joker.
Oh, okay. So then I didn't even watch it. Okay, so there we're pretty much feeling the same way about it. Yeah,
he's just a guy who's so intensely eccentrically crazy.
Yeah.
And Momoa is having a ball. We've never seen a villain quite like this in the Fast and Furious film.
No, this is definitely one that we definitely see that Momoa is having a lot of fun with the character. And yeah, this is definitely a nice little fresh breath of air for the franchise to see a character like this because before we really never have seen that.
No. Every villain before that was kind of a variation of the same dude.
Yeah.
Except for Idris Elba's Brixton Hicks in fucking what's it called? Hobbs and Shaw. He's my favorite villain in the franchise until Momoa. I still might like Elba a little bit more, but Momoa is really killing it.
Oh, for sure, Momoa. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was definitely a much needed fresh breath of air for the franchise.
Yeah, this is also not directed by Justin Lin. He was supposed to come back, but he left under really weird circumstances. So we had Louis Leterrier stepping in. He's the guy who did Incredible Hulk, Transporter. He really does a good job. What is this? Yeah, Incredible Hulk 7. Let's carry here.
I had to crack that out. What a very underrated MCU film that a lot of people just like to shit on, but I like it.
Yeah, I enjoy Incredible Hulk well enough. But point is, with this film, I do think his action sequences they're not badly done.
Yeah, no, I don't think they are.
Yeah, I mean, I struggle to think of one that I'm just because every Fast and Furious movie has at least one action sequence, because you have they have the vault scene in 7, the runway in 6.
Yeah.
I would say the tower jump in 7.
The tower in 7.
And then 8 you have the submarine fight. This one I don't feel like it has an action scene that really stands out, but they're all none of them are really badly done.
No, I mean they're all action. They're all action packed, kind of like what I said with the TikTok review. I mean, it's your summer blockbuster type film.
The action almost never stops in this movie.
No, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it hits the ground running.
Yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes of people just constantly beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I mean it gets exhausting sometimes, but I think he breaks it up enough. But those action scenes do get a little bit hard to digest after a while, though.
Yeah, and I don't know if you felt this, but the thing for me with this movie, the fact that it feels really disjointed because they split the crew up early.
Yeah,
and throughout the entirety, you just have you have 7 different side quests going.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's it's if you broke each individual fellowship member from Lord of the Rings up, and then you're going with them. You know, here's what they're doing. Here's what he's doing.
Here's
Here's what she's doing. Here's what they're. Yeah, I wish we would wait a little bit to break them, or break them like have a little bit more of them before we break
or
them
have more
apart.
cohesion, and like, because like you never really feel like what everyone is doing, or like what the main end goal is.
Yeah, I think everybody's just let's everybody and go.
Right. Yeah, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, and go.
Yeah, and it's like, what the hell are we doing here? And then
you're
just kind of watching.
Like, it's a lot of like it feels like Infinity War if you didn't have like the great through line with Thanos.
Yeah, pretty much. It's Fast and Furious' Infinity War.
Well, but they said like it's supposed to be like part one of two. It's now part one of three.
One of three. Yes.
Because Vin Diesel decrees it. I guess that's what we're doing. I like some of the new additions. Like I like Brie Larson. She was fun for the little bit she was in it.
Brie Larson was a badass. I love the addition of her.
Okay. Is it me, or did John Cena feel like he's playing a completely different character in this movie?
Completely different character.
Like he's nothing like he was in 9.
No, it's like he's like family man now. He's like uncle. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, these guys hate each other in the 9th movie. Like, I don't understand where we got to. And
like where you're like having fun and cracking jokes. Like, how did we get here?
It's like, and I feel like his hair looks different too.
It does a little bit, but I don't know what's more unbelievable: the fact that him and Vin Diesel are brothers, or the fact that this kid is Vin Diesel's son. Because no, he is not. He looks nothing like either of his parents.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he looks anything like Michelle Rodriguez or Vin Diesel. So I don't. Yeah. I'm gonna have to say a hard pass on that. I think they adopted him.
Also, Deckard Shaw is kind of pointless in this. I don't know why they brought him back.
Yeah, I don't understand why we again. And I love Shaw. I love Jason Statham.
I love his character, fan, but like he doesn't really affect the plot. Like he's there for one fight scene, and then he fucks off.
Yeah, it's basically him just like kicking the shit out of somebody in like the punching bag or whatever, and then oh hey, it's me, and we're gonna fight each other, and then we're done. It's like really?
Yeah, it's really strange.
Yeah.
But, like I said, this is apparently one part of a 3-part finale for the Fast and Furious franchise. It ends off in a cliffhanger,
which I knew was going to happen. Which you knew was going to happen. I think we all kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it would end quite the way it did, but it does end in a cliffhanger. No. Like it reminds me a lot of. I don't want to say because I don't want to be a spoiler. There is a mid-credit scene though, so stick around for that. And the mid-credit scene was fucking wild.
Beautiful. We talked about this before. I kind of knew it. I kind of like saw it coming, just because Chance didn't. So I think he got to experience the mid-credit scene a little bit
in real time. Just like, wait a minute, what?
I wish I would have been with you in the theater to see the reaction, but
because logistically, it had to have been shot like 2 days ago.
Because you just kind of assume that wasn't going to happen.
We can't say a ton, but like it's just this mid-credit scene. It's something I never would have guessed.
I would have, just because of the fact I kind of heard the rumblings, and I wish I wouldn't have, because I think I would have been more excited. I would have been more elated, I think, and pumped up had I not known it, I should say. But it is what it is. Yeah. But definitely stick around. You definitely can't miss it. I've seen people walking out. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing?
But those were our thoughts. Like, we don't really have a rating system in place right now. So you want to just go like 1 to 5? What would you say?
I'd say a middle of the road, like 2.5. I mean,
I'm kind of there too. I saw 2.5. Like if you like these movies, you're good. This is not going to turn you off.
And that's what I said in the TikTok review, man. I said if you follow this franchise, obviously 10 movies in, we're in it. We're going to see these films. The suspension of disbelief is there because there so much shit happens in these movies that it just doesn't make any sense. But we have fun with it when we're in the theater watching it. You know what I mean? Like, this is a summer blockbuster type film. Get your popcorn out. It's entertaining. And if you're with the franchise this long, I mean, obviously you are. If you're seeing the Fast 10, it's just a fun film. Like I said in the TikTok review, it's clearly not the best, but it's not the worst. I definitely think it's a serviceable film. I like the cliffhanger. It kind of makes you wonder where the hell we're going to go. And then also makes you wonder, what are they going to set up for a cliffhanger for the second installment of Fast X?
Yeah.
To go to the third.
And we'll talk about spoilers in a second. But I'm the same 2.5. I know your least favorite scene in the movie. I know what your least favorite scene was. I'll
What?
talk about that in a second.
All right.
We'll get to spoilers, but like, yeah, I'm 2.5. Again, if you like these movies, then you're gonna enjoy this. If you're like not big on them, this isn't gonna win you over.
Yeah.
But yeah, my thing is just like they're so big and they're so crazy and so extreme that they're just kind of boring now to me, honestly.
Well, you've hit the plateau of what can you
Yeah,
do?
like, you
You know what I
sent
mean?
people to space. Like, what?
Yeah.
You can't really go much further than this.
I mean, and you know, I don't. I think we've hit our crescendo here to where I think we've done everything that we need to do. Whereas Mission Impossible, a different franchise that's doing things, that keep pushing the
But
envelope.
they're also like really doing these things. Where,
Yeah,
like,
they're really doing. This isn't fake.
like Tom
this
Cruise
isn't
is really
a-
putting his ass on the line for us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just, but they constantly push the boundaries as each Mission Impossible goes. So I think I'm not comparing. I'm not saying like Fast and Furious is like Mission Impossible. They're similar into the fact that they do well. Fast and Furious kept pushing, but now I think we've hit to the point where it's like, okay, what can we do? Like, what can we do with these guys now? Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, so those are our non-spoiler thoughts on this. So we're not going into some spoilers about this movie. So if you don't want to be spoiled with Fast X, tune away right now. Giving you a 5 count. Giving you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, if you're still here, that's that you've either seen the movie or you don't care. So yeah, this whole thing revolves around the fact that Dante's trying to get revenge for the death of his father. Really, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, okay, you want revenge on Dom, even though he is not the guy who killed him.
Yeah, that you obviously, that you come to see.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like it starts with a botched heist, and we talk about it starts with a botched heist in Rome. From then, like the crew is split off. Like Letty's doing her own thing. Yeah, the Roman, Ramsey, Tej, and Han, they're doing their own thing. You have Jacob Toretto and Dom's son doing their own thing. You got Dom doing his own thing. And like you have like these like all four, you have like 4 different subplots, 4 different side quests going on. It's just like
it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's just like what's the end goal? Like what are we doing? I know they're trying to get this rendezvous point, but like what are we doing? Like what's the and that's all that's what I like about like like the like 5 through 7 where like you have like the entire crew and like they have like one goal in mind and they branch off for a little bit, but they're not branched off for the entire movie.
Yeah, this is a lot different because of the fact that we're taking like these different groups. Usually it's a cohesive, it's a family, you know what I mean? It's a cohesive unit, whereas we don't get that here. I like that aspect though a little bit just because it lets the characters actually develop. But on the flip side of it though, it's like kind of what you said. Where are we going with this? Like where do we end up? What's the finish line?
Yeah, what's the finish? Like what's the end goal? I guess to get to the safe house, but also just like that's it. You're just trying to get to some place. It's not really that interesting.
Yeah, and then the cliffhanger at the end. I mean, like,
Well, by the way, okay, we're talking about spoilers right now. I was shocked that they maybe killed John Cena.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, and then like John Cena
just got here.
Yeah, and he just literally just came in the last installment, the 9th film, and now he's having that like talk, like almost like a Russell Case.
Lights, just like when did that happen?
Yeah, like the Russell Crowe, or not Russell Crowe, the Russell Case from Independence Day. Like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for the good of everybody, and sacrifice himself because obviously his if you obviously watch the film, his car has like a ton of like explosives, bombs and cannons on it. So he's pretty much sacrificing himself to kind of help Dom end up getting his son back. So I don't know. I don't know why, because like I said, we just introduced this character. It kind of stinks that
maybe he'll come back because we've seen characters get exploded before and they've come back. Case in point towards the end of the movie, because like look, Dante is fucking with Dom the entire movie, and like it's like I remember the joke of the Dark Knight where like he's like somehow so many steps ahead, even though he very well shouldn't be.
Yeah,
and he managed to get Dom on this ramp, and meanwhile, like, Alan Richardson, Jack Reacher. He's like playing with Dom the whole time and just like, oh yeah, I'm on your side. And it's like, haha, bitch, no, I wasn't. And he shoots down the plane that has, all his homies inside of it, and we see it crash.
Yeah, so you're assuming.
My immediate thought was just like, nah, they're fine.
That's what I thought.
That's my whole thing. We're just like, we've seen these guys survive so many things where you're just like, and like, well, you can't do it. And you're just like, yeah, like I can't be invested in the deaths of any of these characters. I really can't be because what happened at the end of this movie, but I can't be invested in the supposed death of any of these characters because you've reneged on so many of their deaths.
Well, that's the thing. And then you see the turn. I do remember seeing him in the beginning in the police, like in the office. And I saw his character there. I initially thought it was John Cena. I know it was too blonde to be John Cena, but it was like a bigger, like a muscular guy. I kind of just thought it was Cena. And then when they played it back and it was Jack Reacher, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So now that you see him and Momoa's character are like buddies, and that he just pretty much crossed Dominic. I mean, yeah.
The most ridiculous scene in this is totally when he drives off the dam, right?
Oh my lord! How are you driving down it when gravity would take you away from it?
You're also like 300% on fire, dude.
Those tires would explode. Those tires are on fire.
Yeah, those tires have melted.
Your whole entire back end is pretty much up in flames, and you're going down, but you're not. Gravity's not going to let you stay hugging the dam like to where you could actually like drive down. You're just going to start like kind of wherever wherever you get pushed out at, wherever the wind or gravity just takes you. You know what I mean? You don't have pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, but I also see that he's down there. They keep saying the line where it's like you can't just die, you need to suffer. So he's like, all right, you suffered enough. Now it's time to kill you. So he's gonna blow up this dam while Dom and his son are down at the they're at like the riverbank. So they're basically saying they're gonna drown. They're gonna get out of it somehow. I have no idea how they're gonna do it.
Now, who comes in and saves the day? I mean, that's the thing. His crew's gone. His crew's not gone, but they've been blown up.
And here's why. So we talk about Letty because Letty is separated early on in the movie. Like she's barely in this. She barely has anything to do with the entire plot.
Yeah,
the whole plot is trying to get out of prison. That's what she does in this movie, and she gets a lot of scenes with Charlize Theron.
Which are so good though. Those scenes are good between those two.
They are, although their time management is really weird because they said they have 4 minutes to get out of this place, but it takes like 3.5 to beat her ass.
And then I want to know how fast. Okay, so we see Letty climbing up like this vent, like she's just kind of like crawling, like pretty much like with her legs, she's like pretty much doing that, only to find out that when she opens the hatch, they're in Antarctica. Okay, how the hell did she get down so fast?
Yeah, and imagine the time it took her to get back up.
It would be harder to go down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't. Yeah.
But here's why I said the reason there's why I don't believe for a second this crew is dead, and you don't either.
Yeah.
No. They get out, and we find the Cypher submarine, and who should come out? Giselle, Gal Gadot's character, who allegedly died in 6, is back.
Dude, I saw it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like they are trying. Like again, that gets you to think. Okay. So my thought process was with where Dom and his son were they're going to be close to where the plane crashed, I think. Because doesn't it look like when they veered off, they kind of veered off to the left there? And I think that's kind of where I thought I kind of want to think that they were kind of near each other. But my thing is, if this dam's going to explode, well, so we think.
Allegedly going to explode.
So what's going to happen? Like, I'll be pissed if we go into this film and it's like a dud or something like that, and it doesn't explode.
They don't explode. Jack Reacher was really on Dom's side the entire time. He just shot down the plane as a double cross.
Like, this is bullshit. But I'm thinking if it does explode and the water gets released, what the hell are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do? But also, this Giselle being here is how I know the crew is okay. Why? Han was on that plane, and you are not going to bring back Giselle and not have her reunite with Han.
Well, then the other thing that I thought about was you're not going to kill that many characters on one shot, too.
Especially just like that. You're not even gonna let us see it.
You have four characters on there, or 5.
Yeah, 4 major characters on it.
Yeah, because you have Luda on there.
Tyrese.
You have Tyrese, Ramsey, and Han. You have 4, and you brought Han back.
You just brought Han back. You're not going to kill him again.
So you brought Han back to kill him, to bring him back.
I'm dying to know how they got him out. How they got out of that.
Because it explodes. Like you think, like it explodes because you see Tyrese's character, I think, seeing that the missile's coming their way, and it
Yeah.
shoots, and it doesn't hit them dead on. It hits the side
It
of
hits the engine.
It hits the engine to the side,
So
and
they're falling for a little bit.
they're falling for a little bit. So my thing is, okay, so they probably have jumped out. I just don't know. Nobody's strapped with parachutes.
Parachutes. We don't
Nobody's
see a car like jump out of the plane.
yeah. So I'm like, how are we doing this? Like, how are we doing this?
Like but Giselle coming back isn't even the craziest part. The craziest part is the mid-credits scene.
Oh,
where like
for
you
sure,
see like the SWAT team infiltrating this building.
Yes.
And like one gets a phone call, just like, hey yo, like I know like Dom set it up, but you pulled the trigger. I'm gonna make you suffer. And like this mass SWAT dude. I'm just sitting there, just like, because like, the whole time I'm just like, okay, like he's got a beef with Dom.
Yep.
I'm like the whole time I'm just like, okay, like you gotta be with Dom, but Dom is not the one who fucking killed your dad.
Yeah.
It was Hobbs.
Yep.
And so you can't get revenge against Hobbs because he won't come back to these movies.
Or will
Or will he? Because like he's talking, he's just like, yeah, like you know what? Like Dom set it up, but you pulled the trigger. I'm coming for you. And he takes off the mask, and it's The Rock. The Rock is back in Fast and Furious.
I was fucking elated, dude. I was so excited. I was like, yes. They kind of compared it to, and it was funny because they said, remember when, right around when Tokyo Drift came out, Pitch Black, that sequel had bombed or whatever. Was it Pitch Black or was it Riddick? Riddick had bombed hard, so what better way to
put Vin Diesel back?
To put Vin Diesel back.
It does feel like Vin Diesel and Tokyo Drift.
It's the same exact thing with Black Adam.
What I was thinking is like Barbosa in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, where like it ends with with a cliffhanger. It ends with like that big big reveal, like Barbosa's back. Like we got Giselle and Hobbs back apparently because it took Dwayne Johnson destroying DC for him to finally make peace with Vin Diesel.
It took Black Adam to fucking absolutely tank for him to come back with. And it's funny because with arms wide, and Vin Diesel's laughing because first off he's like, ha ha ha, I told you so. But on top of it,
Dwayne Johnson just like, ha ha, I knew you'd be back.
But he sees fucking dollar signs for part 2, dude. It is gonna. Through the
Fast
roof.
X Part 2, like would you get Hobbs back as because like Hobbs, like Dwayne Johnson coming in this franchise, what made this franchise like it would catapult this into the stratosphere
for sure. Fast
like,
5,
bringing him back, I think is a good move. I've always liked Dwayne Johnson in these movies.
Love The Rock in these films. I thought it was a great addition. I liked Hobbs and Shaw fine, but then when
that's also part of the reason why I think they expanded from 2 movies to 3 because I think like they want to do the Hobbs and Shaw sequel, but like they never got off the ground. So I think like they're gonna take what they wanted to do for Hobbs and Shaw 2 and roll it into these
mesh it into the that makes sense. But yeah,
I'm very curious to see like if Vin Diesel and The Rock really did squash their beef, or else it's gonna be a very very weird.
Dude, you have to you have to put that aside for the fact that these films are only making tons of money. I mean, obviously, internationally, these movies are cherished, just like kind of like Transformers are. But those are the haul for the next one. I can't even imagine. Like, I think this one's gonna hit over $1 billion easy. I believe it for sure.
It'll flirt with it'll cross $1 billion. If not, it'll get damn close. I think it will.
And 9 suffered from obviously COVID. I think if this movie,
if COVID didn't happen, 9 probably would have gotten
9 would have knocked out. And don't get me wrong, 9 did serviceable.
But 9 did well. 9 did well. It just didn't do $1 billion.
But I think it's because of the COVID. But now I think with this movie's going to this movie's going to shoot this up. This movie's going to hit $1 billion easy, I would say. And I think for part 2, Fast X Part 2. I mean this movie's just going to it's going to crush. It's going to do bonkers in the theater. I believe it.
I would agree. But those were our thoughts on Fast X. So Russ, you want our plug before we head out?
Yeah, Notorious by Chance on Facebook. We just recorded our latest episode, Beauty and the Beast. That'll be coming out soon. You guys can find us there. That's where we put the polls up for you guys to vote on. You guys can also find us, here you guys are watching. You guys can find us also Twitter at NBC Podcast. And don't forget our TikTok, Notorious by Chance.
Yeah, and for me, Twitter is going to be Chance_91. Check out the other shows we do on this channel. We have our live show. We have Left Side Strong Side if you love football. And I would love to start doing more reviews like this, especially when we both see movies at the same time. I want to start doing more, short form content like this.
Absolutely.
But that's going to do it for us here. Thank you for watching, and we will see you for the next review.